Okay, some time ago I did something that I told my apprentice not to do all the time, and I had an open container of liquids on my desk. Surprise, surprise, it ended up in my keyboard. This is not the cheapest of keyboards, and I disassembled it and got it back to functioning, although there is some key bounce problems and stuff like that I need to tend to. However, more importantly, my volume control is now backwards. There's a little Hall effect sensor in there. I put it in the wrong way round, and the way this is made, it's entirely possible to put it in backwards. It is annoying me no end, so tonight I'm going to flip that around. Now there is another video that I'll link below that shows you how I disassembled all of this. I'm not going to go into detail about the disassembly yet. I'm going to skip to the part where I actually managed to flip that around. Now if you hear giggling in the background, that's my financial manager. She gets into Warcraft quite a bit. She has a blast. I don't deny her the happiness. Anyway, back to the keyboard. Pro tip, there are actually screws under these pads. So we're going to have to get them out. There is a little trick. I find I can lift the corner with a scalpel or a spudger. Halfway, pull a screw out and drop the pad back on. If I can demonstrate with one of these. I usually give it a little bit of a squirt with some isopropyl alcohol. Helps soften the glue. And then we can push back and lift up the corner just a little bit until we get a glimpse of the screw. This one is not one with a screw under it. Okay. And this is two separate sections. While this doesn't look like it's connected to that, and I just got alcohol in my eye, this bit still needs to come off to allow a couple of hidden screws out. And I think I did manage to peel this one up last time. Let's have a look. Can we peel you up? Feels a bit slimy. There is one screw there. I'm going to rip that screw out. And we're going to grab that with a magnet. Cool. Is there another one under there? No, it's just the one. Okay, and we'll do the next one on the other end. Forgot to mention, there's one in the middle as well. Right. Hey, come here. Right, that piece comes off. Now there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws in here. If you ever want to clean this little bit here, this little G910 or whatever pin thing that's in here, my apprentice is having some fun in the game too. Anyway, if you ever want to clean this, this is how you get it out. Alright, now fun fact, when you get to this point, this piece here, I never fully figured out how to detach from the back here. It will bust off. Fortunately, you don't need to take that off to get this upper facade off. That's all we need to take off, but things feel flimsy. So a little spudger tool like this and gentle persuasion will eventually do it. And there are standoffs in the middle as well. Now at this point, this is as far as I need to go to do the job I need to do. I don't need to fully disassemble things. I can get into here, just lift this bit up, and with a spudger, which is behind the camera, I can lift this roller up gently. And see this thing here? This is our little rotary vane encoder. I can flip that round the other way, pop that in there. That's all we need to do. That is just that little piece there, which you can see. I've just pulled that off, flipped it around, shoved it back in there, pop the roller back in. That should be the right way around. And it's a little stiffer now too, which I don't mind. Now we can push everything back together. It was zoomed out a bit. Don't mind the mess in the background. I've been overseas for a bit, and the desk is a bit messy as a result. We should be able to work our way around this, push all the snap clips down with gentle pressure, and things should largely go back together. I do need to order a replacement key for that one, but a volume control should work better now. It is a little stiffer, but I don't mind. It's I find it a little bit too loose anyway. Yep, that'll be alright, I think. Alright, and it gives me a chance to give this a bit more of a clean up while I'm here, because this keyboard does get a bit of a rough life. Anyway, once all this is done, I'm going to flip it over, put all the screws back in, and we'll see if things work. Now, just a quick little tip. While tools like this are really handy, they can also be dangerous. When you reassemble these things, magnetize your screwdriver, use a hand screwdriver, don't over tighten. I have seen so many thousands of cases where plastic bosses bust off in the inside of things. I've had to glue them in or do other stuff to make it work. Just use a screwdriver and just deal with it. Also, don't leave your magnets too close together because it can end up messing up your screw order. Alright, now we need to plug it in, which means I've got to crawl in behind my computer because I'm using about 20 USB ports. Okay, is it going to light up there? Okay, now I do need to get on eBay or wherever I can find it and order myself a new key. I tried to remove this some time ago and I busted the two standoffs and they were flush in here. I did manage to get a dressmaker's pin, heat it with a lighter, drop it into those bits and then remove them. It was a bit of a trick, but it did come out. But I'll get a replacement arrow key on payday, which is in a few days' time. I'll order one of them in. Fortunately, you can buy replacement keys for the Logitech stuff. It does work for now. Just lost my point in the video. And I need to put the wrist guard back on. This just pops on. There's just a couple of these little clips here. So if you know the technique, you can drop it in just nicely and give it a bit of a nudge, which some of these things are weird the way they work. My financial manager's definitely having a blast in Warcraft tonight. It's good to hear her laughing. Alright, I think we're about done with that. Now, it does go without saying that your keyboard and your mouse are probably dirtier than your toilet. They can be the dirtiest thing in your entire house. So it is worth cleaning them off every now and then. The other thing with your mouse, you'll notice this stuff here. This is actually cells from your hand. I'll show you how I clean them. This is one I cleaned some grease with the other day, so it looks dirtier than it is. But this is a cotton rag. I have some standard spray and wipe. A couple of squirts on here. I can get it moist, and then I just drag the mouse across, sometimes backwards. And you get most of that stuff off reasonably quickly. Off the bottom of your mouse there. You'll find those Teflon pads are going to glide much better. Now the rest of my desk, while it does look dirty, this is knife cuts and screwdriver marks and burn marks from, well, over 10 years of damage and projects and everything like that. This entire desk actually was built from timber that came from my late brother's workshop. So a bit of sentimental stuff. This part of it is just a cheap piece of melamine. I can replace it if I lift this whole deck off here, which might happen fairly soon. But anyway, let's check if this volume control does its job. If I go up to my desk here and I push forwards, the volume should go up. If I pull backwards, it should go down. And it's a little more stiff, which I do appreciate. The loose nature of that actually bugged me. So yeah, we'll see how we go. And you probably got a bit of a glimpse of the YouTube video I'm watching at the moment too. Interesting stuff. Anyway, I hope this is alright. Next step, I'm going to clean the pads on the bottom of this, and we'll go to that. Do that off camera. Also, if you're a Logitech employee, what is this ARX dock thing? Like, my phone never fits it. No phone I've ever had has fitted it. That is useless. Like, and also it wouldn't fit under here anyway. Also, all the same, we'll catch you in the next video. Hope it was useful.